Good afternoon, everybody. This is BJ with Kansas Square Bodies. Just wanted to go over this truck. Actually parting it out. Been working on it this morning, getting some parts off of it, but you can see nice grille, nice bumper guards. I do have a better bumper, but just to show you some of the stuff that I get to deal with when we pulling these things out of a field for 25 years. It's been sitting for 25 years. Sometimes it's not very fun. So I've already pulled the radiator out of it, fan off of it. I had a guy that wants the thermostat housing. So I got that off. AC lines another guy wants, but it's got the oil cooler lines on it still. Unfortunately, one of them twisted off, just could not get it out of the radiator. But you can probably have that end made. But when I got it out of the field, the AC box, complete AC box was already gone. So obviously that just introduced those rodents right inside of the cab, which I'll show you here shortly. But the top of the motor's been open, so I'm sure it's locked up. But this is a 6.2 diesel with the 4-speed manual. But the front clip is in pretty dang good shape. Somebody unfortunately stole my 3500 GMC emblems while it was sitting out there, but the inner wheel liners weren't too bad until somebody, probably when they took the AC box to get that lower bolt off, they just went ahead and cut that open instead of doing it the proper way. But hood's good. It does have a cool looking bug deflector on it that is actually kind of broke on this side, but this fender's in good shape. The doors, cab, are rusty. Show you here, it's got the cool looking mirrors on it, camper style mirrors. So show you here, it is a 3+3. But so whoever had this truck, they cut holes in all 4 doors. Obviously had some type of speaker system in it. But when they did that, every single door is now full of that. So it just ruined them. You can see the cab there. Sorry about the background noise there, but the cab is just absolutely, I mean, you can see there. But anything can be fixed, but you know, this is a crew cab, pretty desirable, whether or not somebody wants to take it on. But this is the truck that the steering column had, a tilt steering column for a manual transmission, which is really hard to get, find. But I'm using it on that white 80 I'm doing for a guy, but it just does still have the trim in it. You can see those things just took all of the stuffing out of the back seat, and it is all over the place. Front seat's still decent. It could be cleaned and recovered. Door panels, every single door panel is actually pretty good shape, so we'll probably get those off and get those cleaned up for somebody. But instrument panel, bezels in decent shape. Trim over there, this was a high Sierra, which Sierra Classic would have had most likely power windows, power locks. You know, this is a vinyl floor, it would have had carpet. So this is basically like a Scottsdale in a GMC form. No back glass because it had that sleeper on it, which just introduced a bunch of moisture and rust and stuff like that. But this thing was actually completely full. You couldn't even see the floor. And so I basically took my leaf blower before we went and got it and just blew all the stuff out under the field where it was sitting. But yeah, cool truck that unfortunately just got, you know, parked and then left for dead, I guess. But you can see inside there, door panel is pretty good shape, so we'll get all those off. Like I said, the bed is sold, got to get that off, which I'm not really looking forward to because it's got the 5th wheel in it, but it is what it is. So we'll get it. But yeah, Got the Dana 70 in it, still got the original exhaust on it. I don't think this thing had very many miles. If it does, it was somebody that had maintained it pretty good. Let's see what the mileage are on it. Yeah, it says 29,759, probably 129 by the looks of the pedals, but you never know. You know, if a truck's sitting 25, 30 years, you know, you can see the speaker over there, but it does have the roof lights, big old CB antenna. You can see somebody had CB there, but it does, like I said, it does still have the white visors, white trim, seat belts, which are okay. The trim in the back, obviously the headliner's gone, but the board's still there. So a lot of good parts and pieces on this thing that would serve for somebody else in their truck, but you can see how bad it got hailed on at one time. 16.5s on the wheels. This side here, a lot of guys want those mirrors, so we'll get them yanked off. It's just unfortunate, every single door has some type of issue with it, so you know, even it's just bad, you know, you can see there. But did sold a shifter to the buddy of mine. He needed one for his truck. Those are pretty simple to get out, but yeah, this is unfortunately what happens when you park them in a pasture. You know, those rodents need somewhere to live and they make up their house. This is by far one of the worst ones I've ever endured. Not only trying to load it, which I didn't get a video of that, but that would have been interesting. Plus, you know, especially with back tires locked up, they've kind of released themselves now, but and then this thing was actually, you couldn't even see the engine. It was completely full. I've got some of it out of there, but we'll get the bed off, get the front clip off, some of the interior pieces, and then sell the rest. You know, somebody needs a good two-wheel drive dually frame. If they want to cut it down or whatever, it'd be good for that. Good 4-speed manual transmission. It does go into the gears. I don't know, you know, this thing hasn't been driven in 30 some years or whatever, but from what I understand, it was bought on an auction and driven, and then I don't know why it was parked, but I'm sure it had something to do with that engine in some form or fashion. But it still had oil in it and still had a little bit of antifreeze in it, as you can see the radiator's out of it. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. You know, we save them all, we can save as many as we can, but sometimes they're just parts trucks and not able to be put back on the road. But you can see there's the VIN. June of '82, mid-year truck. So wasn't too much longer and the '83s were coming out. So, but anyway, wanted to get a good video of this old girl here for you guys and gals. If anybody needs a good 81, 82 GMC grill, good front clip. Like I said, the bed is sold to a guy, but if they see anything on the video that maybe they need, you can message us through Facebook at Foothills American Classics. I'll post this. It's going to be on YouTube, but it'll also be on Instagram and Facebook. So thanks guys, gals, and have a great day.